زين عوت لوم سنبت أبزوات سلا زور فرنسا 2024 مبلتاش عمد رخوا السلاسلو هابتي كاب كوميني أوف ترويس تبقيسو أو سزازمة كبير وددر 299 كيلومتر يشفينو كابزي 299 كيلومتر 32 كيلومتر أب 10 بوتات بدوروناز عبلولون يحمل ترقاي نيرو ኤርትራዊ ቢንያም ግርማይ ካብ ቀዳማይ ዝወፀ አንቶኒ ቶርጎስ በሓደ ደቂቕን 17 ሰከንድ ብምድሓር ታሽዓይ ደረጃ ሒዙ በዚ መሰረት ቢንያም ግርማይ ኣብ ዝባኑ ዝቐነየት ቀጠልያ ማልያ ዓቂብዋ ኣሎ زور فرنسا 2024 صباح سوني عرفت بموساد سولوس نابسر عدد روخ من لاسيو.
Now he pulls out the universal sign for let's get organised. Good luck with that, mate. Here.
Well, if you don't try, you never know, as they say, Rob. It's worth a try, and we can see here this group. Yeah, they are working quite well together. But again, it all depends now who has got that freshness left as we go inside the final 13 kilometres, and it's getting a bit complicated, and they're all thinking, I have to try and spare a bit for the sprint.
Just one sector to go. Starts inside the last 10 Ks, finishes with 6.5 to the line. And he's got Pidcock right on his wheel. Adam Buddha wants to follow as well. A gap opens up to the rest. Look at the effort G's putting in there. He's trying to come across. Healy's trying, but he just can't do it. And Starvin, he's choosing to play it tactically and wait on the wheel. Allows Georges to close that one.
Ride, and they just have to play around a bit, then he could take that, couple of 100 metres of advantage, and then it's always difficult, and inside the final 10 kilometres it's going to be an interesting one here.
Jasper Stuyven has not won a road race since he crossed the line victorious on Via Roma in Sanremo 3 years ago. The only place he's won since has been on the gravel at the European Championships. How fitting it would be for him to turn to winning ways here on this mighty gravel stage at the Tour de France. He's got chasers here. He looks around and he can see them, but he's managed to sneak away for now, the man from Lidl Trek. 10 kilometres to go. It's Jasper Stuyven, a small gap, and the rest of the day's breakaway. 32-year-old from Leuven, the monuments man, looking for road win number 10 of his career. He's pulling out a little bit of a gap here.
Yes, well, he has the power here. It must be too much on effort because they're getting that big advantage, and unless they get organised on this section, if there's somebody able to really push it across, or in the final when they come off the final 6.5 kilometres, but this man is in a real strong position to take it.
Jasper Stuyven with 10 seconds, and Sean mentions the chocolates. He comes from a family of chocolatiers in Leuven, which is Belgium's beer capital. That's where he won the European Gravel Championships last year, just down the road in a big forest to the south of the city. He has 10 seconds on 7 chasers here. At 49 seconds, the world champion Mathieu van der Poel with Binyam Girmay, the green jersey, and the yellow jersey at 1:18. This is Jonas Abramson riding his heart out. It has been a horrible, emotional, extremely, unfathomably difficult 24 hours for him and Norwegian cycling. You cannot help think or feel that this is a tribute to their mate. going into the pedals. Tried to stay on his wheel is Jonas Vingegaard. He wants every second he can get.
Yes, well, he's going to try, and we can see Remco there in a good position this time. You know, he's just off the back of Vingegaard here, and we can see the yellow jersey having a look around to see what damage he's doing. But everybody pretty much that know they're in the wheel, and it's running out of time for this man to try and take an advantage in the overall standing. Doesn't look like he's going to gain any time on his main rivals today.
Now Evenepoel was coming to the front to try as well. Second group on the road here, 12 seconds behind the sole leader, who is Stuyven. And Evenepoel will try. He'll drill it. He'll ride. And we know he certainly rides with all the watts in the world. It's Evenepoel, followed by first place in the GC, who started the day 33 seconds ahead of him. Third wheel is Vingegaard, and we're looking for Primož Roglič. Once again, he's just out of shot. Rodriguez following. Roglič is a long way down here. Is he still in this group?
Yes.
Right at the back there now, at about 20th wheel. No wonder both Pogačar and Evenepoel are trying, if that's the case, Sean.
Yes, well, they know he's in difficulty all through the day. When it's really pushed on, he has been in difficulty. So they're going to try it right to the end. And the opportunities are here on the gravel. If a guy is being in difficulty right through the day, keep on trying. See will you really break him and gain that time.
$350 meters for Stuyven to survive on the gravel. This now is Pogačar with one dig around Jonas Abrahamsen. And where are the Belgian?
Yes, and this is going to be the real test for Stuyven here against the other ones. If they get organised at all and start working together, well then for Stuyven it could be a difficult one to hold all the way. But often we see the chasing group, they can't just organise themselves, and always riders want them to wait for the sprint, and it gets totally deorganised, and that's where we could see him start to pull out. But at the moment, 8 seconds, and we can see are still riding strongly behind.
It's Alex Aramburu with the latest turn, the Spanish national champion who hails from the Basque Country. Healy comes around to take his own turn. They start to close. Dusty, tired, out of energy. Stuyven still rides on though. The prize is a huge one. The first ever win in the Tour de France for a man who has a stage at the Vuelta. And a Laporte coming to the front. It's been a day of survival for GC challengers. It looks as though, Sean Kelly, the top four, the big four, are going to still be very much in the game. There is Roglič. It's not been a smooth week for all of them, but all in their own ways have fought. Varying degrees of success, but with just around a minute and a half between the top four, going into week 2, we are still in for another couple of weeks of an absolute treat of a Tour de France.
Yes, well, the big favourites this race, certainly, they're all very much in contention. Today was going to be a day that they were very concerned, all of them, because the mechanical at the wrong time. Even though if you're the best of the big four, you can still get into big problems, and they have defended very well here. We're through the final section, and now they're going to finish together. And also, the other men, the GC classification, Carlos Rodriguez, for example, a rider that would not like this sort of train at all. He's defended very well here, as there are many others here in the GC standings. So, this big day, they'll be really happy to get to the finish and not lose any time. The guys that do not like this sort of train, as we can see here, they're starting to work well together here. 7 seconds at the moment. They can see him dangling out front there, as we see some of the riders trying to get back in here, after being just distant in that final section.
Wout van Aert is on the wheel of his compatriot Louis Vervaeke. This now is Michael Matthews, who's making a move from the Van der Poel group, but at a minute. Is it too late, Sean?
Yes, I think it's going to be far too late. We can see up front there, they're chasing the leader on the road, the sole leader, so they have to keep on working, and it's going to go all the way to the finish now. And that gap he has to close there, Matthews, it's not going to happen in this final. After such a difficult day, they're not going to play around that far out now because of the chase here on to catch this man.
Just under 4 kilometres to go. Let's see what the gap is, because the graphic showed nothing there. Good news for Sturven fans. He's still out there. He's still in front. But by how much? Let's have a look. It's still all sizable enough. It might even be growing. 9 seconds again. What's left in the tank behind? 3.5 kilometres to go. Sturven still on course for success. Behind a chase in front, he pedals for his life. Jasper Sturven. It's been a long time since he won a road race. Via Roma, Milano Sanremo the last time. Let's hear what they're telling him.
The gap is getting bigger. Come on, come on, come on.
It's been a hard few days for Lidl Trek. Masboom, he was their main aim. Before the tour they lost Tailgate and Hart. This could be some very sweet success for them.
Well, this will be a major success for him. We heard from Mats Pedersen, when he was leaving the race the other morning, he was encouraging his guys, to go out there and fight and, give it everything. And that's what this man has got to do here. Still 8 seconds at the moment, and they're working together. But as you get inside this, the final 1,500 metres, maybe the 2 kilometres to go, some of the rest are thinking, we're not going to catch him. Try and spare a little bit for the sprint and try and get the places that are on the podium. And that's where, he could just pull another couple of seconds and go all the way.
Look at Derek G. One big effort here. He was even at the saddleman. On his wheels, sticking to it is Javier Romo. But what happens when G finishes? This could be key. If someone else pulls it across, then they could pull him back. But no, they hesitate. They look. That is until Ben Healy sets off. It's still up for grabs, but he's holding it as we go into 2Ks to go. What's left in that tank? He's running on empty here.
Well, he has to be, and we can see the way they're starting to play around a little bit in that chasing group. And when you look at the riders are there, if they could work better together, it'd be possible to close this one down. But we can see 4 seconds at the moment, and Healy just pushing on there. But yeah, they're starting to look around, attack each other. But Movistar, Romo, he has to go to the front here and drill it and try and get it back together for his man, the Spanish champion.
Well, that started to look good there for both Derek G and Ben Healy, but Lutsenko comes across, 1.4 Ks to go, and Sturven is going to see the Flamme Rouge. But behind, they still want to break his heart. Romo is now up the game. Lutsenko with a big turn. They're getting closer. They're almost up there now. But Sturven has to continue to pedal away. It's just a handful of seconds. 2 or 3, no more. He looks behind. You've got to keep pedaling though, Jasper. One all possible, but he's out of gas. He's tiring, that's that, Sean.
Yes, well, it's Lutsenko who just had that power to close him down here and just kept riding on the front with Pitcock in the wheel now, and it looks like, it's an interesting one. Who's going to be the fastest out of this group, because it's going to come down to a sprint. Unless we see a surprise attack, Healy has a go.
And Ben Healy wants to make his move in the pink jersey. There's no chocolates and champagne for Sturven, but it's Healy here who's at the front. Aramburu, who remember has the sprint on the wheel, comes off his big success in the Spanish Nationals. Healy's perhaps too much here as well. Turgi stays in third wheel. 500 metres to the line at the end of what has been such an exciting day. One to remember down the years in the annals of Tour de France history. 300 metres now to the line in Troyes. It's where we started on a rare loop stage. And now it's Lutsenko who goes on the inside and looks to take the right line. Aramburu, the Spanish champion, through the centre. We know he has the pace, but here comes Derek G. Derek G on tour day. So many times second at the Giro last year. Turgis though is going to come around. Anthony Turgis is there. The line is up ahead of him. Pitcock's there, but it's Anthony Turgis who wins a pulsating stage. A classic on a classics parcours. What a day at the Tour de France. And it's a Frenchman who goes into the first rest day with a brilliant, explosive pop of a champagne cork. Anthony Torchis, now a Tour de France stage winner, and for Total Energy, who, let's be honest, have been weak. Missing in action in the last few years, moment for them to save a shot.
It certainly is, and for its energies, we have seen him in this race, not being in the fight for a stage anywhere over the first week of racing, but get their stage. And Torges yesterday, he was up there in that sprint as well. He was in 7th place, and looking at him coming in there, I was saying he's a man that have the energy, have the form at the moment, and he's
And for the places behind that, 8 have already come across the line. This is for 9th place, and Michael Matthews is up and looking for it. But of course, Grumai knows there are points everywhere on offer, and Grumai has been winning sprints at this tour with relative ease. He does it again. Grumai winning the sprint from the next group and extending his lead in the green jersey classification. And next up, those who have survived